Worldpackers community. Welcome back to another episode of Podpackers, the podcast where we tell travel stories you won't hear on the nightly news. I'm your host, Clarissa, and our guest today describes himself as a life vagabond in search of well-being, harmony, and peace. He's originally from northern Italy, but traded a life as a semi-professional basketball player and a toxic routine in a big city for the school of life that only the road can provide. He's navigated permaculture projects in Brazil and gardening in Australia, learning that sometimes less is more when it comes to living fully. He believes travel is a test of adaptability and a chance to embrace respect for one another. Please welcome Pierre. Pierre, how are you doing today?
Oh, hi, how are you? All good, thanks.
Thank you so
Hope
much
you're
for being
well.
with us. So, why don't you start by telling us about your life as a basketball player and how you ended up realizing that that wasn't the life for you?
So basically, I had originally when I started playing, I was really into. It was my dream to pursue. So still is, but of course, I got old, so now it's a bit too late. But I loved it, and one of the main reason it was all behind, like scenes or like the movie Space Jam. I don't know if you ever saw it with Michael Jordan.
No.
So that's how, as a kid, I had that image and that vision. Oh, I want to do that too. I told my family I want to be also a basketball player, playing NBA. So it was started like that. But then, growing up, I had this self-realization that you cannot, maybe in your mind, being also young, you feel that you want to travel the world, and being in Europe, it's like not the same world of like basketball speaking as if what you can see in the United States, because all the best leagues are from there. Growing up, I realized as well that it's actually not true. So I was very young, and I decided to quit and travel the world.
That's awesome.
That's the
And
main
so how
reason.
did you
Yeah, it's like it was a bit of a changing of perspective and point of view, and just let it go. And I decided.
yeah.
I could see that I was not able to get in the best league from there. I was just in series. We have series in Europe. We have A, B, C. I was in C, and then if you win the C, you go to the B, and then. But then I'm 6'1" tall. I could be still good, but being tall is better. So
6'1" is already
I
pretty
think being
tall.
being at this 6.3 is much easier. With all respect to all short people, I respect every short player, but it makes life easier in basketball being tall.
I've never heard anyone describe being 6'1" as short. But I definitely, yeah, I see what you mean. A lot of people
In basketball,
find
yeah,
new dreams in traveling.
yeah.
So tell us about your first trip then. How did you decide where to go after you quit basketball?
So I decided to go to United States because also was my, kind of like the mecca of my vision when I was young. But I find out that it was just like a big, massive, chaotic place to be, the United States. It's just, life is not like you see it in a movie. Growing up, you see all this Walt Disney movie, you see all this Hollywood movie, and you see from a European perspective, you see the United States like a place of dreamland, like the dream world or like Wonderland, So that was attracted me the most. But then once you arrive there, obviously it's not as, you know, you might expect. Still have the beautiful aspects of it, but there is a lot of, life struggles you have to confront. And yeah, I decided to go to initially to the New York, which is the Big Apple, the big center of the
That's
world.
close to where I
And
am. I'm
then
2 hours away from New York right now.
yeah, wow, that's great. Wow, did you like New York?
Not so much. I mean, I kind of agree with you. This might be a hot take. I think New York has a lot of events and a lot of things to do. Like, it's definitely not a boring
Yeah,
city, but it's also quite overwhelming, right? Like, there's like a lot of traffic, a lot of people on the streets. It's a bit dangerous, and it's just
yeah.
like there's a lot to think about when you're going.
Changed a lot, right? It changed a
Yeah, it
lot
changes
as
all
well
the time.
after the pandemic. It changed all the time. Yeah, I miss it. I lived there like maybe slightly more than 5 years because I came as a student, and the
Oh,
student visa, let me stay there longer, and I could, you know, legally stay.
Oh, wow. Was
That's
this
what
before basketball
yeah.
or after?
No. After when I decided to quit basketball and travel, I went straight to United States. I mean, I was spending some time in Europe, but then I went to with a student visa in the United States, and then that's where I all started. My life started. I was 21 year old, maybe 22 at the time, and it was 2012. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
super exciting. So you said that New York wasn't really the vibe for you, which I think I hear a lot of international people saying. So, and then I know your journey took you through South America,
yeah.
specifically Brazil. So how did you kind of decide to go so far, and what brought you to, get that flight to Brazil?
So that one happened all after the United States. So I was in living there, and then I realized that it's not for me because of the bureaucracy and all the, the visa things to do. And I was also stuck in a bit of a robotic job, a bit routine job that it was not really what I wanted to do. But of course, I'm grateful that I had this job at least to, make myself um, able to pay at least my rents and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So it was hospitality mostly most of the time, and yeah, and then I suddenly decide to don't continue to renew my student visa or to get a path towards residency and just travel to originally South America. I wanted to go there because of the um, there was this calling from nature that it was coming from me, like to escape the big cities and go in touch more to nature. Even if New York City has beautiful nature spot, and even New York State is beautiful, but I was very feeling this call to go to where the Amazon is, where the all this massive forests are, and so I decided to go, and I was attracted about Brazil. However, I went first to Uruguay, and that's from Uruguay I started volunteer, and it was my first Worldpacker, or one of my first Worldpacker experience from Uruguay. Then from there I went up north, and yeah, I wanted to give myself a sabbatical year of travel
Wow,
and
I
just
love that. That
expanding
sounds
my
super fun.
knowledge, my languages. Sorry.
I just said that sounds super fun. I mean, I'm a student right now, but I
Yeah.
think like having a gap year, sabbatical year is definitely something I want to do. So kind of my question then is how did you actually come across Worldpackers?
Yeah, I come across Worldpackers just from a blogger that I forgot his name, but I think he retired. This blogger, he just like he got to. He's an American guy. I think his
Okay.
name was. Um, I think he still have the blog on. Um, I think it's called Nomad Travelers or something like that.
Is it
He's
Nomadic
bald,
Matt?
maybe, but is it a bald guy? Is the bald guy
I don't know what
that
he
is
looks
in? Is
like.
it? Yeah, I don't know. It's like he has a family, he has a kid. He's in his 50s now,
Oh
and
wow.
I know Nomadic Matt. I know Nomadic Matt as well, but I'm confusing between him and another one. I don't know if he's Nomadic Matt or is this other guy that his name is
That's okay.
Nomadic Traveler, Nomad Travelers, and he was one of the first to actually make blogs about this. And then in his website, he was putting all the best links to
Mm.
to live free, to live happily, and just travel the world and just work also while travel. So I came across and say, wow, how can I work while traveling? How can I do that? So I was just looking some idea, and then there was the link Worldpackers and also other websites, other platform listed. That's how
Yeah,
I came across it
yeah, that's great.
through
So
his blog.
something
Yeah.
so shout out to the bald guy, right? So I think something that a lot
Yeah.
of
Shut up.
listeners
I will
kind
let you
of
know. I forgot the name, but I will let you
it's
know.
okay. We can look at it later. So something a lot of people I think want to know is how do they find a project that feels like a match for their spirit and what they want to do? Like some people I know they choose it based off location, like, oh, I want to go to Brazil, so I'll just look for any hosts in Brazil. But for you, I guess like how did you kind of pick these hosts?
Well, I pick the host, of course, by also looking the location where I want to go. Excuse me. So, of course, like, obviously, you want to go have a location where to go. So, I look first that, of course, and based on also what you want to exchange or experience, I will probably um, check, in regards of each of us, we are all different. If someone prefer nature, I will look probably for a place where you're in touch more to nature. If you like parties, check hostel parties and party hostels and places like that. So it's all depend about each of us. But me personally, I tend to look to the reviews as well that people
That's
leave.
smart. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like that. But I also find out that even if they don't have any reviews, they are new hosts, so they might need help and they might be very genuine and nice persons as well. So it doesn't really matter. But and also the opposite. Sometimes you see very good reviews, but still, when you're there, is not what the review says is for you. So there's pro and cons. You can you need a bit of luck as well in finding what's right for you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
I
sense.
wanna,
So you've done a
yeah.
lot of volunteering, different volunteering experiences, right? And do you have a favorite or maybe one that you feel like has been the most transformative?
A favorite volunteer experience that I've been done, or that like
Yeah,
I like to
the
do,
favorite that
or
you've already done. Yeah.
that I have already done. Yeah, yeah. I've saved them a lot on the platform that I want to go. A lot of
Mhm.
them that I've been saving, so are on my bucket list. But so far, the best one I think it was. Ah, I probably really liked one that it was in Arraial da Ajuda in Brazil, in Bahia, and it was a very small hostel there. Um, it was through Worldpackers, and the owner, they were a family. They were so kind and really make me feel like a family, when you are at home. So I like that welcoming part of from them. That it was really, really genuine, very caring, very welcoming, and I find it very unique. It was the only place I experienced this actually to feel like
Wow.
very welcome, very you know treated best, compared to other places. Um, Not just like you are the volunteer, you go there, and that's it. You are just a number, or you are just a worker for them. You have also a bit of a, you know, uh, loving kindness to it, which is, makes nice. It's nice to see. And maybe because it was also a small place, but that place was nice because also the town, the location, I really loved it. So from having a place to sleep, I could go to some of the best places nearby that area in the south of Bahia, which is one is called Caraíva, one is called Trancoso. So you can take the short bus, like a van, to all these places on your days off. So I think it's one of the best one that I went through because of the location, but also because
Yeah,
of the hosts.
that
And
makes a lot
another
of
one I also liked it. Yeah, it was just a simple thing, but simple things sometimes are good, are the best. And then another one, that I really. Oh, by the way, in Brazil they give you breakfast for free, so really good breakfast. Pretty much everybody. So you have a lot of things, and they are very
yeah.
good, healthy as
I
well.
mean, I think a lot of hosts too, you can
So
filter out for like they offer at least one meal a day or,
they
breakfast is
offer, yeah, of
included. So,
course, but some
for
of them.
if that's like important to you, like definitely go ahead and filter
No,
that out
absolutely,
and say,
absolutely. But the maybe I don't know all the other countries, but in Brazil specifically, I liked the way they prepare the breakfast because it's pretty abundant and they have a lot of options, and I love them. So they do all these cakes and all these. Um, some places have also tropical fruits, a lot of good tropical fruits, which for a European person might be very very rare. Um,
that's
it's
true.
really nice.
So, Pierre, you say that, it's important to ask more and research more before you accept an invite from a host. So, what are some key questions that you think every traveler should ask their host before they accept?
So before you accept, always key question is I will first will introduce myself and start a conversation. Maybe don't ask a lot of questions right away, but important question in my opinion is to ask also in regards of what you are expecting to be shown, and also in regards of your kind of like style or for example, if you prefer a place that is not too noisy, I will ask little details question like, is the place very noisy? Make sure that you check these little details, and because sometimes they could be disadvantage for someone, if they want to sleep at night, if you want to rest well. If people don't care, it's fine, but just I think detailed questions are important in regards of, can be anything, can be the noise of their hostel or the location or safety concern. For example, you can ask, is the location safe? Do you have cameras for outside for let people in and out? I remember I was in a hostel in Rio de Janeiro, and one thief entered during the day and stole a luggage, like a bag from a luggage during the day,
Oh my
in the middle
gosh.
of everyone. Like everybody were like observing, nobody So I will probably ask in regards of security, if the hostel let everybody in, how many people can, if you can bring friends in that they are not staying in the hostel, etc. Questions like that.
Yeah. Details are
And
definitely super
also,
important.
sorry.
Nothing. I was just saying that it's very important to ask about safety and security. But Pierre, kind of my
Yeah,
last question for you then is, I know we talked a little bit briefly before, and you're in Australia right now, but you said, your visa's up. So what is next for you? Do you have a next trip planned?
yeah, definitely. I have a plan bucket list full of places that I'd love to see, and of
Okay.
course, go with the Worldpackers community as well. Um, Coming from Australia, once I will leave Australia, I will for sure land in New Zealand to visit it, and also in the Southeast Asia. Could be really, I'm interested in checking Vietnam for sure, and then who knows, maybe India as well. Again, I went to India last year. I spent there just a month, so I went mostly on my own without any volunteer plans. But definitely India again. We see a bit of
Wow.
adventures, mysterious adventures on the road, and
A
I'm
little bit
also
of everything.
considering driving, yeah, or
Oh,
taking a
wow.
train ride, or drive, or a bus ride, yeah.
That sounds super awesome.
So
Definitely, I think from
yeah,
Australia, New Zealand, and
and
Southeast Asia are probably
yeah,
like
New
natural
Zealand
options.
for sure. At least, yeah, at least maybe 2 weeks in New Zealand for sure. I know it's expensive, but
Yeah.
Worldpackers will help me move around, or some connection networks that I could build there. And it's lovely. I've heard that they have a very good ski resort in the south of New Zealand as well for doing snowboard. They are beautiful, and natural park hikes, parks, national parks, sorry, and stuff like that, which I'm really
Yeah.
interested. I like
No,
hiking
super
as well.
awesome. I haven't seen much of New Zealand, so that sounds really amazing. Well, we wish you the
Yeah.
best of travels, safe travels, and super exciting. So if you're listening and you feel like you're out of your habitat, maybe it's time to find a new environment. And Pierre has shown us that the road is a teacher and that growth lives just outside of our comfort zone. If you're ready to find your own volunteer experience, you can go to worldpackers.com or download the app. I'm Clarissa. This has been Podpackers. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and thank you, Pierre, for being with us.
Thank you. Have a good day.